Hi everyone! Welcome to the Read Out Loud Storytime with Friends. Let's meet our Storytime friend.
My name is Bill Kowba. I'm a retired Rear Admiral, Supply Corps, United States Navy, and I'm glad to be joining Mission Readiness and Raising a Reader for a special Read Aloud story.
Can you talk to us about your job?
I was a submarine supply officer, served on a nuclear missile submarine, so I handled the logistics support, the food, the spare parts, fuel, any of the needs to run the submarine and go underway for our mission. And then ultimately, as an admiral, I commanded all the Navy supply centers worldwide.
Why is reading important to you?
I quite frankly believe that being a good reader allows you to gain in knowledge throughout your life. It also provides the basics for being a good writer, a good speaker, and a balanced individual.
What book are you reading today?
Today, with the permission of DK Publishing, I am going to be reading the classic, The Three Little Pigs. This book is illustrated by Giuseppe the Lernia. Starting on page 1, on the edge of a beautiful forest lived a mommy pig, a daddy pig, and 3 little pigs. The time had come for the 3 little pigs to leave home. "Watch out for the big bad wolf," warned the daddy pig as he waved goodbye, and you can see that the 3 little pigs, with a knapsack hooked to a stick, they're on their way for the next passage of life. They're now on to a new adventure. The 3 little pigs hadn't walked far when the first little pig grew tired. "This will do," yawned the lazy little pig. He quickly built a house from straw that was laying nearby. It wasn't long before the second little pig stopped walking and looked around her. "This will do," she said, and swiftly built a house from the sticks and branches that were scattered around her. Not a very strong looking structure, but I guess it will do for the second little pig. Well, the third little pig walked on and on and on. Finally, he found a pretty area of land by a stream. It was the perfect place to build his house. That third little pig decided to build a strong brick house to keep him safe from the wolf. First, he drew up the plans, and you can see in the picture that he's at a board and trying to sort out and do calculations and drawings. He bought the best bricks he could find. And finally, after weeks of hard work, he stood back and admired his beautiful new home. And boy, you could see it looks like a very strong, well-built home. Meanwhile, the hungry big bad wolf came across the first little pig resting in his house of straw. Little pig, let me come in," said the wolf. "Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," cried the first little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," howled the hungry wolf. So the big bad wolf huffed and he puffed, and the tiny straw house came tumbling down. Well, the little pig ran as fast as he could until he arrived at the house of sticks. The big bad wolf snuck up to the house. Little pigs, let me come in," he growled. And there he is, that bad hungry wolf, staring in the window at the 2 little pigs. "Not by the hairs on our chinny chin chins," cried the frightened little pigs. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," howled the hungry wolf. I think we're going to see a repeat of what happened with the house of sticks here, kids. So the big bad wolf huffed and he puffed, and the wobbly stick house came tumbling down. So the straw dropped and disappeared, the house collapsed, and so did the house of sticks. Well, the 2 little pigs ran on and on and on until they finally reached the third little pig's house. "Don't worry, we are safe in my strong brick house," said the third little pig, and they heard a big bang at the door. Oh, and here we have the wolf staring in another window. Little pigs, let me come in," said a familiar voice. It was the wolf. "Not by the hairs on our chinny chin chins," cried the 3 little pigs. Then I'll huff and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down, howled the hungry wolf. So the big bad wolf huffed and he puffed, and he puffed and he huffed. He was working real hard, but nothing happened. The house didn't even wobble. The wolf was furious and very hungry. He climbed up onto the roof and jumped down the chimney. Splash! And you can see on the picture, the wolf is landing in a pot being cooked by a fire. Ow, he calls out immediately. The wolf landed in a pot of boiling hot soup and burned his long furry tail on the fire. He leapt out of the chimney and he ran away as quickly as he could. And as for the little pigs, they lived happily ever after in their house made of bricks. They never ever saw the big bad wolf again. And you can see, kids and parents, there goes the wolf, hot and bothered, I would say, with the flames coming out of the tail. And that was the end of him and end of bothering the kids. And that closes the story of the three little pigs.
What a great book! What stood out for you the most?
Two words that underscore the message of the book are compassion and perhaps perseverance. Compassion for me is a willingness to work with others. And in this case, the three little pigs working together, supporting each other. That brings me to the perseverance. Whatever we do in life, I think we want to do the very best we can. And that third little pig made sure that in each step, he had carefully prepared for building a successful house. And at the end, that well-built house of his is what protected and saved not only himself, but his two siblings.
How have these themes come up in your life?
I'll tell you a story of my little boy who's 39. When he was in 8th grade and he was trying to get his studying skills honed for high school, I remember him not being interested in studying for 8th grade history, and sitting down with him and running through a drill of where are your notes, take good notes, read your notes, review your notes, let me ask you questions to prepare you. And we did this probably over a week, a little bit each day. He didn't always like the fact that we were going to sit down and talk about it. This is that sensitivity. But he got an A on the test. The next week when he came home, he said to me, Dad, that was hard work, but it paid off. I did good. That was just a story that I still remember from trying to get him to understand that whether it's school or something else, unless you put the effort in, you weren't going to get the result you wanted. To kids, parents, and other adults, I think this was a great story, and I wish you the best on your journey as a lifelong learner and a lover of books. Have fun, everyone.